Have you ever been so deeply in love that you overlooked the red flags waving right in front of you? You told yourself, they'll change, or maybe I'm overreacting. But here's the truth. Some actions are so damaging, so disrespectful, that they leave scars no apology can heal. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads. On one path, you keep forgiving, keep giving chances, and lose more of yourself each time. On the other, you choose self-respect, drawing a line that says, enough is enough. Today, we're talking about the 8 things your partner could do that should never, ever be forgiven. These aren't just mistakes. They're deal breakers, signs that scream, it's time to walk away. So grab a notebook, because what I'm about to share might just save you from years of heartbreak. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly when to stop giving second chances and start reclaiming your peace. Let's dive in. Love is one of life's greatest gifts, but it's also one of the most complex. It demands patience, understanding, and compromise. But let me tell you something I've learned in my 80 years of navigating this world. Love is not about losing yourself to save someone else. It's not about tolerating the intolerable just to keep the peace. Many of us, especially when we're younger, mistake forgiveness for strength. We think that giving endless chances makes us noble. But there's a fine line between forgiveness and enabling someone to repeatedly hurt us. And crossing that line, that's when love turns into a slow form of self-destruction. You see, a truly loving relationship nurtures you. It builds you up, not breaks you down. But sometimes we stay in situations where the warning signs are flashing like neon lights, telling us to walk away. And we ignore them because the thought of leaving feels heavier than the pain of staying. But here's the thing about second chances. They only work when the other person is genuinely willing to change. And unfortunately, there are behaviors that reveal someone's true nature. Behaviors that, no matter how much you hope or try, won't disappear. Today, I'm sharing with you 8 actions that if your partner commits, should be your ultimate deal breakers. These aren't petty annoyances or minor arguments. They're fundamental breaches of trust and respect. They're the things that, if tolerated, will slowly chip away at your spirit. So as we dive into each one, I want you to think about the relationships in your life, past, present, or even ones you've yet to begin. Because recognizing these signs early can save you years of heartache and regret. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Without it, love becomes shaky, like a house built on sand. If your partner has betrayed your trust, whether through lying, cheating, or breaking promises, and continues to do so, that's a red flag you can't ignore. Let me give you an example. I remember a friend named Michael who gave his partner multiple chances after she constantly lied about where she was and who she was with. He kept convincing himself that she'd change, but every time he forgave her, she only pushed the boundaries further. In the end, Michael wasn't just dealing with heartbreak, he was questioning his own worth. Here's the truth. Trust is earned, and once it's broken repeatedly, it's nearly impossible to rebuild. A partner who doesn't value your trust will only keep taking advantage of your kindness. Don't let them. Respect is non-negotiable in a healthy relationship. If your partner talks down to you, dismisses your feelings, or belittles you in private, or worse, in public, that's a sign they don't truly value you. Think about this. A partner who respects you will listen to your concerns, acknowledge your emotions, and never make you feel small. Disrespect can come in subtle forms, like sarcasm or rolling their eyes when you speak. Over time, these small actions create a big void in the relationship. You deserve a partner who lifts you up, not someone who constantly tries to pull you down. If respect is absent, love will eventually fade. Manipulation is a silent destroyer of relationships. It's when your partner twists situations, making you feel guilty or at fault for things you didn't do. They might play the victim, use your emotions against you, or gaslight you into questioning your reality. A woman I once knew, Susan, was stuck in such a relationship for years. Her partner always blamed her for everything. His bad moods, his mistakes, even his failures. He made her feel like she was never enough. It wasn't until she stepped away that she realized how much of herself she had lost. Manipulation is a tool used by those who seek control, not connection. And if your partner manipulates you, leaving is not just an option, it's a necessity for your well-being. A healthy relationship involves two people willing to admit when they're wrong. But if your partner consistently shifts blame, refuses to apologize, or acts like they're always the victim, that's a glaring problem. Imagine being with someone who can never say, "I'm sorry." Over time, their inability to take responsibility makes you feel like the weight of the relationship is entirely on your shoulders. That's not love. That's imbalance. Accountability is the backbone of personal growth. Without it, a partner will keep repeating the same mistakes, leaving you stuck in a toxic cycle. Every relationship is a give and take. If your partner consistently prioritizes their wants over your needs, it's a sign of selfishness. This could look like ignoring your emotional needs, dismissing your boundaries, or failing to show up when you need them most. I knew a couple once, Dave and Linda. Dave was always there for Linda, but when Dave went through a tough time at work, Linda barely noticed. She was too wrapped up in her own world to offer him support. Eventually, Dave realized that their relationship was one-sided. A partner who neglects your needs isn't in the relationship for you. They're in it for themselves. There's no room for fear in love. If your partner ever uses intimidation, whether through raised voices, threats, or physical harm, it's a clear sign to leave. This kind of behavior isn't just unhealthy, it's dangerous. A friend of mine, Eleanor, endured years of emotional intimidation, thinking she could fix her partner. But the truth is, people who intimidate others rarely change without serious intervention. Your safety, both physical and emotional, should never be compromised for the sake of a relationship. Boundaries are not barriers. They're the rules that protect your peace and well-being. A loving partner will respect them. But if your partner consistently crosses those boundaries, they're showing a lack of respect for you as an individual. Take Sarah, for example. Her partner would go through her phone, ignore her requests for space, and make decisions for her without her consent. These actions chipped away at her independence and self-worth. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. A partner who doesn't honor them doesn't honor you. A strong relationship encourages mutual growth. If your partner feels threatened by your ambitions, mocks your dreams, or holds you back from becoming the best version of yourself, they're not the right person for you. Life is too short to spend it with someone who fears your potential instead of celebrating it. Find someone who grows alongside you, not someone who keeps you stagnant. Love should build you up, not tear you down. If your partner exhibits any of these behaviors, it's a sign that the relationship is doing more harm than good. Walking away isn't easy, but sometimes it's the most loving thing you can do for yourself. If this resonated with you, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's create a space where we can support each other and grow together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, John the Stoic, for more wisdom and insights. Together, we'll continue learning how to build stronger, healthier lives.